Right, good morning farming fans, welcome back to JM Farming YouTube channel. Just got to put some hurdles across the road here because Andy and Rex are moving some sheep. That'll stop them in their tracks. And they're actually going in there, coming from that direction, but because sheep aren't that intelligent, they don't know to go around the corner. You got to show them. But today we got the man crate on the Manitou, and Bowman is over here with me at Rowden, and we're going to limb up an avenue of trees, or a hedge of trees. We got one above a gateway which is a bit of a nuisance. We're going to take some of the limbs off it. We're not going to cut the trees down, we just want to tidy it all up a bit. So we've got this, so I can put him in the air safely with his harness on. John's up there prepping his chainsaws, so we'll go and find him. No messing, straight in. Look at that. So yeah, this is the tree above the gateway I was on about. Everything gets snagged in it when you go in and out, so just going to tidy that one up, and then we're going to do a bit along this hedge here and tidy some up. So let's get more daylight in the field. I better put some gloves on and give this man a hand. Right, so we've got all that cleared. John's just tidying up a bit this holly here, so you can hear me. He laid a little bit in there. He was on about laying that, but he seems to be just cutting it. The plan is to silage this field next year, so we need to cut this up so we can get the forager in without damaging it. Stacked up all the big stuff, and then some brashy stuff there. Anything that isn't worth doing anything with, I've chucked in the hedge that we've got down. So you can see Phil, or Fencer Phil's made a nice job of the gateway, so there was a really knackered gate in it. It was all overgrown there, and you could hardly get in. So he's put a new gate in, new post there, landscaped that a bit. You see he's got his bits and pieces here to pick up, but he's done a nice job. He'll put some rails across there to stop stock getting out of here, stock in here. And don't you just love it when it works out like that? You can pin the gate back to fence. Booty. John bought 2 saws with him, and he's glad he did. Because whilst cutting this piece here, see on this massive lump of concrete with the first one? Ruined the chain on that one. There he is in his natural habitat. Ready to go? Ready to go up there? We'll give it a go.
If we come and take these first.
Yeah.
Because otherwise where you want to be to cut it will all fall back on your handler.
Yes, I don't want that.
Alright?
Yep. John's just putting on a harness, going in the cage where he can strap himself in. We've got the tap down there turned so that there's no way I can unhook the cage from inside the cab here, so he's safe. And once he's strapped in there, he's safe as well. It's worth mentioning John's doing the trimming, because he is the one with the ticket. I haven't got a chainsaw ticket, I haven't done any chainsawing. He's the man with all the gear. We're going to try and tidy this up a bit so we can get in and out easy enough with the forager. And see where that leaves us. So my job now is just to await instruction from the man in the basket. When he's cutting, we sit here in neutral with the handbrake on, and we don't touch anything. That way there's no way we can interfere with what he's doing or make it more dangerous in any way. So he's just cutting all the little stuff that he can manhandle from the cage. We'll chuck it down here on the floor so none of it lands on the handler, and we'll gradually work down to the bigger stuff. The harness a bit different. Cleared the road as well, keep the motorists happy.
Happier.
Like, happier, yes. Are you upset about your chainsaw, John?
Yeah. Schoolboy error.
Schoolboy.
I should have properly, or checked properly behind the...
You should have known that tree was planted in concrete blocks.
Yeah, I should have known some idiot thought it was a good idea to dump a load of blocks behind it.
Is he savable?
Yeah, you'll be alright. If you, I'm not sure if your camera will pick it up. If you look, see there, it's sort of rounded over on the edge and put like streaks back through it.
I see.
And you'll never get that right, but you take it off.
Give him a sharpen.
What he does, he cuts from that point. You can just make out. Right. Imagine that edge comes up to a point. So once that's rounded over,
no gains.
Might as well throw him out of the tree. Thanks, Sky.
Top dog Sky on the job.
I'm not sure what job. Tell you what she's good at.
Ratting.
No, well, yeah. You're very good at pooing on the patio after coming back from a 2-hour walk, aren't you? No point smiling at me.
Oh, it didn't sound like you, did it, Sky? Right, so we just had lunch. John is just sharpening up the saw that he hit the concrete with. Whilst he's doing that, I thought I'd bring you down to the Fergie again. So we ran it on the wagon this morning. Ran it absolutely fine. Never expected it to be a problem whatsoever. One thing that is noticeable is the hitch must be high because the power shaft is level, whereas it looks downhill when it's on the John Deere. I dare say it uses a bit less fuel as well when it's on the Fergie, just because it's a bit of a smaller engine, whereas our John Deere 6620 does like to drink a bit of fuel. A couple of things I realised I didn't talk about yesterday, or in the last video if you're watching this, was we really like the steps. So they're nice big steps, you're never going to trip up them. Compared to some other tractors, there's loads of space, nice and easy to walk up, and the door opened nice and wide as well, so you've got plenty of space to get into. Another thing I mentioned was the seat, and I felt tucked up underneath the steering wheel. I spoke to Jay this morning from Rundle Agri, where we got this machine from on demo, and he said to pull this seat forward, which I can't do with one hand. If you pull the seat forward and look in behind it, in here, he said there'll be a stop from the pre-delivery, which there was. So that little bolt there was a little metal stop in there that stopped the seat sliding back any further than about there. He said all it is a 5mm Allen key, take it out and put the bolt back in and you'll be able to slide right back. So the seat now goes all the way back as far as the back window if you wanted to. Normally when the machines are PDI'd, before they go out to customers, they're taken out. For whatever reason this one hasn't been, and it is brand new. It done 6 hours before it turned up with us, so that was just missed. But yeah, seat goes right back, which made it a lot more comfortable actually to use, especially if you're as tall as I am. Back in the basket. Basically taking off this limb here, but working from the top down, as you can see. But he's extended out as far as he can go on the Manitou now. Nice one. All that pile of stuff there now in the gateway was that big limb that was all the way up through. So John started at the top and cut it all the way down. He's now just taking this bit off here so it's in line with that bit he cut earlier there. And all we're doing here is just making the gap so that the forager can get in and out, because this is going to be silage ground next year. And you don't want to be wrecking the sides of the forager getting in and out of the field. Looks like the sharpening of the saw did a good job. A bit like Farmer P today. We fed some cattle this morning, bedded them up, and now we're out with the tree team. Another heap of tree now to clean up. You managed to avoid his new fence though, which is good.
I'm trained in such things.
Oh, some boy. All the big bits in the middle. Although this bit is on the hedge, but doesn't look out of place. You clear this up and then just take off those 2 little bits there. And the job will be a good one. Right, had the second tidy up of the day. Got a big old pile of brash here now. John's going to go there and just take those wispy bits off at the base. John was on about getting this all chipped up and using it for bedding. Don't really know anyone that uses wood chip other than Farmer P. And of course he has an abundance of wood chip with his tree business. But has anyone else used it as bedding? We've got all this here. And also over that way towards the sun, our agroforestry plots were cut down this year and all the big timber's been stacked up and sold, but we got an awful lot of brash like this that we could chip up. Is it worth doing it? Does it work well as a bedding? Does it compost down well? And can you then spread it? We'd like to know, because it might be worth doing, I don't know. Part of the way there.
You just pull that one out of the way.
I can.
Thank you.
Timber!
There, will you get in there?
Hey?
Will you get in there now?
Yeah. It'll be well out of the way now, the forager, won't it? But like you say, not a lot of point doing anything with that.
Well, for what you're going to gain.
No. Well, it's full of concrete underneath, so I don't really want to mow it.
No.
No.
But it's nice to have a little bit of shade for some cows and sheep.
Yeah. Oh, where's that acorn?
That's someone else, isn't it?
This is, yeah, look at this. I'm going to have to climb brash to show you. Oh! Look at that acorn there. It's fallen out the tree and landed perfectly on a barb. I'm going to have to take a photo of that. Strong man. Chainsaw tang.
What?
Chainsaw tang. You seen Trucker Tim?
No.
Just does tang. He's a lorry driver.
A YouTuber?
Yeah. Whenever he sees stuff, he goes, if he sees a Scania, he goes, Scania tang.
How many followers has he got?
Over 100,000.
Has he?
Million on TikTok.
That's bad, I don't have to shout at you now.
Yeah, yeah.
So what does he do?
Drives a truck.
Who for?
Well, he's gone off on his own. He was at a company called Data Shredders.
Data Shredders?
Yeah, they collect paperwork and shred it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right, I think that's us, Josh, isn't
I think we're done.
Go over and have a look at that gateway over there.
Yeah. So we
go on foot.
Yeah, let's go on foot. Don't want to get stuck.
If you get stuck with the handler,
You ain't pulling me out with the truck.
the Isuzu is not going to have a...
He wants cutting up, but he's got nails in him.
Yeah.
Ah, it's the environmental
I'm a
gateway.
bloody tree surgeon.
You fancy taking down the pole, don't you? Old telegraph pole with nothing on it. Back home now, we can take this one off. Turn that handle so I can... Nudge it back again. So I can take it off. Leave that over there. John's gone to push in the food for the animals at Rowden whilst we were over there. So I will push in back here a minute. And then we'll go down and show you something that we did yesterday with the heifers. Right, down in the cattle shed, I've just pushed the grub in here for the cows tonight. It just encourages them to come up and feed. We can have a look at them all before we go home. Yesterday, me and John split out these heifers. So we've got 3 pens of heifers here, so 1, 2 and 3. And what we wanted to split them into was the heaviest and growing well, the sort of average middle of the road ones, and then the not so good. And when I say not so good, the ones that aren't growing at the same rate as those guys up there. The reason for doing that is we just want to push these guys on a bit and make sure they get to their bulling weight of 400 or a little bit more kilos by May. So what we're doing now, everything in this shed that has silage in front of it like this has the same base ration, so same for the heifers, all the techno boys down there and all these fat cattle. Baled silage, pit silage, sugar beet and distiller's grains. And then what we're going to do is keep the base ration for everyone the same. This middle pen here that are sort of ticking along all right, but just want to make them sure they're keeping going, is give them sort of just half a bucket full of distiller's grains morning and evening. So they have like one, I don't know what you call them, 15-litre bucket full a day. So half of it in the morning, half of it in the evening. And these guys in this pen, give them a bucket in the morning and a bucket in the evening. And hopefully that will just keep them going at a bit of a higher rate than they are. And those guys down there that are going well, they'll continue to go well, hopefully. Well, that's the plan. Got some distiller's grains here. It's a good protein source. So we're going to put that in the bucket now and feed it to them. So that's all it is, just a black bucket full of stuff. There's nothing scientific behind it in terms of how much we're feeding to the pen. Just bucket full morning, bucket full evening. Now hopefully by encouraging them to come up and eat a bit more in the evening and in the mornings, we'll get a little bit more of an intake into them, and they'll, as I say, just tick along that little bit quicker. But these guys here are growing really well. There's a lot of cows here that could go fat now. There's some coal cows in here as well. Next time we're sending a load, they can go with them. All up feeding. Just nice to see that they're all right. Every single animal chowing down. Right, I'm going to go take the Massey off of the wagon. Phil's going to have a go with it over Rowden tomorrow on his straw blower and feeder wagon. So we'll go do that. So I'm down with the 5S. We got it here for one more day tomorrow, and then it's going back on to the next demo, I suppose. So I just wanted to say thank you to Rundle Agri for bringing it in for us and letting us have a go. You guys might notice we have quite a lot of demo machinery here on the farm, and there's a couple of reasons for it. One is there's been a couple of new dealers spring up around us recently. Obviously they want to get their kit out there. Rundle was one of them. They took on an existing Massey dealership. They've opened a new depot, and obviously they want to get their name out there. So we've had this on demo from them. It's been brilliant. As I said in my last video, I don't really think there's a bad tractor anymore when you're demoing stuff, but I've certainly enjoyed using it. It's done exactly what we thought it would. Just a shame we didn't really have more to test it with. Another reason so much stuff is demoed, I think nowadays, is the cost of the machinery in the first place. No one is going to part with the sort of money that you need to buy this sort of kit without having a go in it and making sure it is what you want. And I think the dealers know that now. So they are more forthcoming with demo machinery. And the other reason is you guys from the YouTube, and growing the channel and having a bit of an online presence. Certain people like to give us machinery to try because they want videos of it on YouTube, which is absolutely fine. If people want to give us machinery to try, we'll try it, as long as they know they're going to get an honest review of it. And on that, we have got quite a few things lined up to come sort of in the next couple months, which is awesome. So something to look forward to. And it's something I never really thought when I started doing these videos as a hobby we would get to, but yeah, so that's why this tractor's here. That's why we've had it. Really enjoyed using it. As I said, it's never going to be bad, is it? But it's just different. Thank you very much for watching the video. As always, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Completely free, doesn't cost you a penny. If you want to go and look at some of the other links in my description to Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that stuff is down there, as well as a merch link if anybody wants any merch. Yeah, thank you very much guys for watching. We'll see you on another video very soon. Cheerio.